everybody, and welcome to another FGs and Threes interview. As always, I'm Jaden Rogers. Alex Martell is at the top, and we're joined today by FCF champion and championship MVP, Ed Crouch.
All right,
perfect.
So, you're from Miami, as we can see from the drip. Yeah. So Plantation, Florida. You end up in Kansas at McPherson College.
Yeah.
How did that all come about?
It was like a new environment for me though. Kansas is really not a big state. I live in the city part of Florida, so Miami. So it was a big step, but whenever you determine to do something, you make sure you make it happen. You go through it and you keep working for it.
Yeah, being from a D2 college, many NFL teams might have looked past you in favor of D1 quarterbacks. However, you have basically everything that a D1 quarterback has. You got the arm strength, you got the mobility, as we saw this past season in the FCF. So how do you hope that these skills convey to the scouts that are looking at you through the FCF and through your time at McPherson?
First of all, I went to a NAIA school, a small NAIA school. So yeah, I went to an NAIA school, and coming from McPherson, it was like different because I didn't have the correct training to be like a professional quarterback.
Mm.
So when I got to the FCF, it was like it's time to learn the basics and the mechanics and like start back from scratch, because I ran the pro style offense back in high school, but ever since that, like I haven't ran that since I came back to the FCF. So after a while, Jinx worked with us, and they got really like I started getting comfortable with it, so it felt like I was back to like normal and feel like I touched every phase of my mechanics that I have to.
That's good. So basically, you started from phase one, you scratched everything, went back to the drawing board, and just worked from there and got to where you are now.
Yes, sir. Yes, that's how.
That's good, man.
So when you're at McPherson, you actually got a little bit of interest from the Rams, who actually came and visited the college and interviewed you. So how did that go, and what were some of the really small nitpicky things that they looked at? Because they look at everything when they come to prospects. What are the small little things that they looked at from you?
He looked at, he checked my film out the day he came. We was watching, we was in the big room he was watching the film, so he checked out the film. So that's basically what he saw. He saw, I guess he came to the game, like the game that day, and watched me play as well. So he pretty excited, to see me play and all that in the FCF. So I'm just waiting on the opportunity and that.
All right. So here, let me just ask something real quick. So for football, I know I played baseball in college. Obviously not quite at the level that you are, possibly going pro, let's hope, but how big would you say the weight room is? Because for me personally, it was a completely different thing when I went to college, and like a strict weight room, 4 or 5 times a week. How much is the difference from high school to college, and from college to potentially the pros?
The weight room difference is I feel like lifting weights in college was really difficult because we will have to wake up like early in the morning to lift weights. Then some days we lift weights after practice, but in the LCF, the weights was I would say the practice was tough. So when we went to weights, it made the workout tough as well. And actually lifting weights after them practices really like knocked the soreness out and all the tenderness, and then so that was a good thing to lift weights after going hard all week in practice. then you just go lift weights right after practice. You know, knock all that soreness and all the muscle tightness and all that off.
So
right.
At McPherson, your head coach, Jeremiah Fiskus, he was very impactful on your journey. What were some of the things that he taught you that has always been kept in your mind throughout your entire journey so far?
He just taught me he always tell me play my game, just focus and play my game. Don't even try to go outside my comfortability. He always just tell me focus and play my game. That's all he tell me, just play my game. Because he know my ability. He watched me over many years, so he know what I can do. So he just tell me be me and be comfortable.
So we saw in FCF that it was a really big run-heavy league, especially for like quarterbacks that are mobile and stuff. How do you think that will translate to another level of football? And also, how would you compare your arm talent to other quarterbacks?
I'll compare my arm talent. I really don't. I really can't compare myself because I really haven't seen everybody really throw. But I feel like my arm talent up there is like it'll be like I could play in a high professional league, and I feel like I could really show out and really show what I can really do. And yeah, that's how I feel. Like I could just go to a big workout for any professional league, and I feel like I could hit every mark they want me to hit, whatever, like just routes, all that.
So not many players from the Kansas Collegiate Athletics have made it into the NFL. And if you make it into the NFL, you'd be the first from McPherson to make it in. What do you hope? Do you really hope to put McPherson on the map by bringing their talent into the NFL?
Oh yes, sir. I definitely want to do that because they the one gave me a shot my freshman year. They gave me my shot, and after that, I just went on a whole another level with it and just been really focused since then. But yeah, I could say that. But I would love to put McPherson on the map. You know, it's a small school. You really don't get too much talent from that area, especially in a small city in Kansas. So, you know, just to get that town recognition and all that, that's all love on my end. That'd be sweet for them.
Yeah, so through just looking up stuff about you, we found out that you won a Super Bowl in Little League football. So what was that like? Because that's a crazy
it was your first taste of victory back then.
Yeah, it was my first year playing. I went to the Super Bowl. Yeah, so that like my first year playing football, I went to the Super Bowl. I mean, I was young, so I don't know what really to expect. I was playing D line and corner.
Playing
completely different.
Yeah, I was playing D line and cornerback, because I was a big kid. But
so also, what would you say your diet looks like from like a Monday through Friday basis? Like what type of stuff are you putting in your body to make sure you're the healthiest person possible?
Well, these past months, they were eating what the FCF, what they have made for us, but it was a lot of gourmet food, and it wasn't too much like greasy or heavy food. It wasn't a lot of salt. It wasn't a lot of, carbohydrates. It was just proteins and vegetables and slight stuff like that.
Right.
So that's what I was eating for the whole week. Just whatever they made. Like It was healthy. It was healthy though. It wasn't no fried or nothing like that.
Yes. Speaking of the FCF, you took the first season by storm. You went ahead, right in, won the championship MVP. Although you've already won the Super Bowl when you're little. How is this big time championship feel for you?
I mean, this feels great. I'm enjoying it. To be honest, I'm enjoying it with my family. They proud, and just enjoying to be, just glad to be that person for the LCF, that MVP, that that talented quarterback or whatever just glad to be a part of that organization. So I'm just really enjoying it. I haven't been working out this whole week, just enjoying the whole week, just getting a break and relaxing and that.
Yeah. So over the years, you've accumulated a few nicknames. You got Tactical Crouch. You got Duncan is one that you like to use, and one that you self-proclaimed gave yourself. You named yourself the Magician. So what's one of your favorite nicknames out of all of them, and where did that one come from?
Which one?
Either one, whichever one your favorite is.
My favorite one? My favorite one is Duncan, just in general, but on the football field, I like Tactical Crouch. But Magic, man, they were calling me that since my freshman year in college because of the stuff I used to do on the field, like elude pressure and end up coming out of a jam and end up either scoring or throwing a touchdown. Just unpredictable stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're the Swiss Army knife of the field, kind of. You could do a little bit of everything.
Yes, especially on a regular football field.
Mm-hmm.
So, obviously, you have a very, talented type game for a QB where you're running around a lot and you could do a lot of stuff that some QBs probably can't athletically wise. Who is one quarterback or player that you kind of made your game after?
Trayvon Boykin at TCU, I was kind of watching him.
Okay.
And Cam Newton, I kind of watch him a little. And
I'm a big Pats guy. Cam Newton's my guy. I love him.
Yeah. And Pat Mahomes now. I kind of I like watching Pat Mahomes right now.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with Patty.
Yeah.
I did see a lot of like Cam Newton, Pat Mahomes in you out there. You got everything that they have.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that.
Of course, everybody has their own type of workout routine. What is one workout that you absolutely hate, but is like a vital part of your routine? You can't go without it.
I'll be doing this circuit at a park. We have to do. They got the pull-up bars. They got the push-up bars. They got all the little exercise machine out there. So I got to do every machine out there and run one whole lap, then do it again, then run a whole lap under a minute. So it's like probably like 400 meters.
Yeah. That's an intense one.
That's tough.
Yeah, it's intense.
But I do it every day to get in shape.
Of course, you were a football fan growing up. What was your favorite team growing up? And of course, you hope to get on it, like at one point. But what would be your ideal kind of situation if you enter the NFL?
My favorite team at once was St. Louis Rams. Was my favorite team since 2002. So I've been a Rams fan since 2002.
So like Marshall Faulk days?
Marshall Faulk days.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Marshall Faulk. Torrey Hall, Isaac Bruce.
Yep.
Yeah.
Keep going and that. Yeah.
They were some killers, man.
Yeah. That was my favorite team at that time, man. It still is my favorite team. So that was a pleasure, like to even talk to the coach. Like I was excited. To get a shot at my favorite team would be nice. That'd definitely be a dream come true. But yeah, if I get the opportunity to play in the NFL, that'd be big. I could actually really show everybody what I'm really about. Like y'all only see me on the smaller field, and that's when I get more field and more, it's more tools you can use now, So I appreciate the FCF season and opportunity for sure. Though I will never forget about that one. I'm taking that with me forever.
So when you were at McPherson, obviously you're one of the more talented people in the conference and even in D2. What was like one game that you had where there was a team that was maybe more talented than you, but like you guys pulled out like a victory or something, like a comeback, like team win?
Do it have to be a victory?
I mean, it
Little
could,
victory,
it could
little
be
victory.
something
game for you.
crazy that happened where you guys like maybe you're down like 2 touchdowns and you guys come back and you put up like another 14 or something like that.
I'm gonna tell you about this time. My senior year, first game of the season, we played Langston. They be ranked like top like 10 in the like whole NAIA every year. So we played them first game kickoff, and they was beating us 21-0 halftime. Then the last drive of the game, I threw a touchdown with like 5 seconds left the clock with no time. So we were like, it's 20-21. Since we was away, coach was like, we finna go for it. So we went for it. Yeah, we went for it. And, you know, they did an all-out blitz. And I threw the ball, it got tipped, and it just missed the receiver in the back. So we lost by 1 point to one of the ranked teams in the nation.
Yeah, but you held them to 0 points in the second half. That's big.
Yeah.
That's a team victory.
That was tough. Yeah.
You guys know how good you were. I like that.
Yes, sir. That was tough.
So from what we found, you're not just a football guy. You also dabble a little bit in golf. What got you into that? what got you started with it?
I'll be going to Top Golf. I just left Top Golf like 3 days ago.
Yeah.
I'll be hanging out at Top Golf. I enjoy Top Golf. But yeah, I took a class in college for golfing for a whole semester. So I kind of enjoyed it that time. So I've been going to Top Golf a lot.
Yeah. What was your best Top Golf moment? Like you hit it just right and you felt it like.
I think one of my boys said I hit it over the net.
Yeah.
One time, yeah.
Oh,
I really because I kind of welled it, but I didn't really look because it was kind of like dark outside. But they said they saw it go over the net. So
it always feels good.
Yeah, that's
when you get
the
it
net's really high.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some high nets.
So what are some of your when you work out, what are some of your favorite songs or like artists that you listen to? Because I love listening to DMX because he's so aggressive. I don't know, like, and it just gets me in that mood, like that state, like, let me push through. What is some artist or songs that you listen to that get you like going?
I listen to Love Folk. Love Folk get me going. I listen to him before the game. And yeah, just the music just get me going from whenever we touch the arena until we hit the field. He get me going all time, like the whole clock. Yeah, I listen to Love Folk, but other than that, I really don't listen to music after like right before a game. I just rather just
the atmosphere sort of gets you going.
Yeah, just chill.
Yeah, it's different for everyone. Some people just like sitting there and just thinking about what they're gonna do, like visualizing. I know that's a big thing for some of my teammates.
Yeah, that's a big thing right there. Visualizing before the game.
So of course, get a little serious for a second. Last year was a tough year for everybody. How did you get through it? How did you overcome it? And what are some of the things you learned from the entire shutdown last year?
I got through it. I just kept working out and just stayed ready and stayed focused and stayed in shape. So I was still like, and I feel like that would have been that's the best thing for me, like a whole year off to get ready, to get myself ready mentally and physically for that next level, wherever it would have been at. So I saw it as positive, like it's an opportunity to get myself better before I go ahead and stand in front of the big people and, don't look ready or something like that. So it gave me a longer time to get ready. So that's why
it's a lot of me time to improve yourself.
Yeah,
a lot of time. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a shock.
I've heard that from
Every
quite a
opportunity
few
for me.
people. It's like a blessing in disguise, the lockdown, because you were able to like improve on everything. That's what I've heard from several big time athletes.
Yeah, you get to put in more work. You get to do everything you need to do, especially work on what you feel like your weakness and feel like you lacking that.
Mhm. So I got one final question that I like to ask everybody that I interview. It's a little quick one. So of course, everybody has the healthy diet, but everybody has a cheat day once in a while. What is your go-to food or item that you always use for a cheat day?
Uh, so
Think
I
about this
say,
one. There's a lot.
yeah, I don't eat McDonald's, so I say that's tough. That's tough.
This is the toughest decision in his life right now.
That's tough like that. Probably I'll say Popeyes. I really don't eat Popeyes, but yeah, I eat Popeyes like once. I eat it like once a month.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's that treat.
Yeah,
Yeah, just cheating.
Yeah, but it's validation. Like after you put in all that work the whole month and you get that Popeyes, it's like I deserve this. It's just one of those
Yeah,
things. So
I deserve this day off.
yeah,
Yeah.
I like that.
You have anything else, Alex?
Yeah. So what do you think's going on with the NFL this year? Who do you see? Like, what is a team that you think is going to come out of nowhere and like surprise everyone?
The Rams.
The Rams. You like Stafford?
Yeah, Stafford been my favorite quarterback.
Yeah, Stafford.
One of my favorite quarterbacks just because his toughness.
Oh yeah, he went through the
He's
ringer in
gone through a
Detroit. I
lot
feel bad.
still.
Everyone
Played his
knows he's
best of
so
the time,
good,
yeah.
but he was in like this wasteland that nobody really paid attention to. Like Megatron retired, and then he had a couple like Marvin Johnson, I believe. He was
Yeah,
pretty
he had a
good,
few.
but he had a few guys, but like his O line wasn't too great, so he was getting hit and hit and hit. So I'm glad to see him in a good situation with the Rams.
Yeah, that's awesome right there.
Ed, thank you very much for coming on and joining us. This was great, and we really appreciate it.
All right, no problem, Jaden. No problem, Alex. It was nice talking to you.